Of course I'm on torrent. I'm driving a Porsche over the floorboards, over the floor points, wearing the floor torrents, getting the Porsche.
I thought it would be great to just start this one off with this clip.
Yeah, I'm planning to do all this while you're panicking.
This is
and you're looking and staring at
Chris,
mannequins.
some actor named Chris. I can't remember his last name right now.
Trying to get up a
but he played on a show called Whitney that I used to watch. I was sad when they canceled it.
In a cabana. I'm in a cabana in a Janet. I'm in a cabana chanting all the stand-up
Logic
for don't got the stamina.
Putting that at the end of his record with Eminem. But yeah, we'll be talking about the Confessions of a Dangerous Mind on this episode.
Most importantly, make sure you not only follow us on all those platforms, but make sure you subscribe to our podcast on iTunes.
And I'm gonna need you to stop hitting the table though.
You know what?
Cause that shows up in the recording.
We can edit that part out. We can keep it on the recording, but we ain't gonna play the video now.
Anyway,
but subscribe to our channel on iTunes, Spotify,
Stitcher, TuneIn.
I don't know what the hell Stitcher was the first time hearing it. But if you got it, subscribe to us on there.
Yes, TuneIn. Everywhere. Shoot. So, yeah. So let's talk about Logic. Before we get into the album, why don't you talk a little, because you know Logic more than I do. Why don't you talk about him a little bit? Like, where does he come from? Like, when were you first introduced to him?
I'm trying to figure out how I found out about Logic in the first place. Okay, so I first found out about him when I was just bored at work, you know. I had Spotify at the time, so, you know, I was going through, I saw that Under Pressure album was released. And
okay.
I was like, well, let me check this out. You know, the album cover looks dope. And I was like, okay, this is a really great album. But then I went back to his mixtapes.
Yeah.
And that's when I really became a fan of his. His mixtapes are better than, I hate to say this, but because Logic fans gonna come after me, but they probably agree. His mixtapes are better than his albums.
Okay.
He calls himself Young Sinatra. Frank Sinatra is his favorite artist, so
okay.
He gets a lot of inspiration from Frank Sinatra.
Right.
So that's why he called himself Young Sinatra. But he started up the mixtape series, Young Sinatra 1, 2, and 3, and I think he's
4. He released 4 last year.
Yeah, that was the album though.
Oh, okay. So the Young Sinatra 4 was an actual album.
Yeah, the other 3 were mixtapes.
Got it.
So but the mixtapes is what got me to becoming a fan of his, and he's just a really dope rapper. I mean, Nas, you know, Nas really likes him. He signed off on him, and
here we go with banging on the table again.
You know, we're not gonna do this. That's a pet peeve of yours, isn't it?
No, I'm just trying to protect the integrity of the audio. That's all.
Oh yeah, because you know the headphones ain't working all the way.
It's not. It's because the mic is connected to the table, so when you bang, it goes to the audio. That's all. Go ahead.
See, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, but Logic's real down to earth. I met him in person on his second tour, The Incredible True Story, which is one of my favorite albums by him. Very humble dude. He really does care about his fans. And
yeah, he took a picture with you.
Yeah. Wait. Was that? I said, hold on. Was that a jab? Like, what are you trying to say?
Oh man, we gotta find that picture too.
Oh, I mean, shit.
I'm sure you were cheesing real big. Jay cheese real big in all of his pictures that he takes with all these artists.
I like meeting my favorite artists. You know, I'm a big music head. I like meeting my favorite artists. I like talking to them and getting to know them when I can, instead of being rushed off like the Anderson .Paak meet and greet. But That's another story.
And Tupac had other things to do, man. He had to go.
That's a whole nother conversation. But yeah,
Anyway.
but I don't know how many people was there to meet him, but it was a lot of us there.
Yeah.
But he took the time out, talked to us, and it was very professional, well done at the question and answer session. So
I thought you was rushed off though.
that was Anderson .Paak, not Logic.
Oh, my bad. You talking about Logic now? Got it. So cool. Logic takes the time to
and he's
actually
from
talk
Maryland
to his fans.
too.
Okay.
So, that's why him and Wale are so cool, because they're both from the same place.
Gotcha.
He was actually on his last album too, which I thought was better than this new album. So, well, we're gonna get into that though.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people don't, like Logic like that, but I mean, to each his own. He's one of my favorite artists, and even though I think this was his worst album to date, I'll still support him. I'm not gonna see him on tour this time, but I'll purchase some merch, just to show my support.
Just because you didn't like this album, you won't see him on tour.
It's a lot of tours going on. I gotta pick and choose.
I feel you.
Ambassadors just released their tickets. I gotta go see them.
Okay. They're dope.
They're really good live. I gotta go see them. So
yeah.
And Logic's a multi-millionaire, so I'm pretty sure my
clearly.
So
I like this album a lot. Well, let's get into it. So the first song. I don't even have his album pull up.
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. This was his first single. He shot a video to it and everything. This song is basically going into everything what people say about him on Instagram, the comments, how he feels about himself, I think. But I think it's mainly what a lot of his so-called fans and people say about him. I also think it has a lot to do with what other artists are thinking as well. Because I've been trying to contemplate and think, this whole Confession of a Dangerous Mind, is this what's going on in his mind? Or is this more of a marketing ploy? I guess that's how I put it.
I think it's more of a marketing ploy because his mind didn't sound very dangerous. Unless he's talking about... Yeah, he's not talking about other people's minds. That's something I was trying to figure out too.
Yeah, that's why I think a lot of the songs, I think he is talking about himself, but I also think I think it's safe to say that he's talking about himself, because he's at that level now. To where, like I said, the Confession of a Dangerous Mind, that song alone is just going into what people say about him, what suicidal anxiety.
Yeah, and then he has lines like, I feel like a king in my queen Coretta. That's not the line I wanted to point out, but I like that bar though. But stuff like, even the preacher was born with impurity, and put your ego on the shelf and remember, love yourself. So you think in that song he's going from talking about some of that stuff, suicide, and talking about why are you looking at me like
no,
that?
I'm listening.
Oh, okay. You looking at me like, I don't know, you gave me a look like you don't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead. Yeah.
So in that song, is he talking more so about his issues with contemplating suicide, kind of getting into letting people's comments kind of influence him and negatively affect him, to kind of the end talking about, hey, put your ego on the shelf and remember, love yourself type thing, kind of a...
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't really seem like a confession of a dangerous mind, though, to me. I don't feel like he talked about the suicide too much in that song. I don't feel like he really went in depth.
He didn't, because he doesn't want to be known as that rapper anymore. Because a lot of people...
Then why would you market yourself as confessions? Why?
He's some people just know him as that 1-800. The guy that made the Suicide song, because that was his biggest hit record.
Okay.
So I think he's trying to get away from that. Like he just doesn't want to, like, oh, that's not the only thing I do, or that's not the only thing I talk about. Like I want to get. He wants to get people to focus on other subjects, or
I get what you're saying, but then
Yeah.
why would you name your whole album "Confessions of a Dangerous Mind"? Then, because that sounds like you're still talking about suicide stuff, which I don't feel like he hits on that very
he's
much
not
in this
focused
album.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I don't. I love the album cover, by the way.
Yeah, the album cover is very
It's
dope.
an amazing.
And it-
He usually does a good job with his album
Yeah,
covers
yeah.
and mixtape covers
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But as we talk about this, I don't think Confessions of a Dangerous Mind just doesn't seem like the right title for this.
Even with
'Cause
the
you ain't
album
confessing
cover,
nothing.
because the album cover,
I mean, the album cover, but I'm talking about the content, the songs.
the album as a whole.
Yeah, I don't feel like he's confessing anything.
Okay, well maybe.
I love
think it's
Confessions
more
of a
of-
Dangerous Mind, by the way. I love that song.
Yeah, the song
It
is
felt
great.
like he got super personal, and I love the bars. It was very, very simple, but I feel like a king and my queen, Coretta. I like that. Even The Preacher Was Born with Impurity. When you talked about the Verizon to Sprint switch up or whatever, it just indicative of good bars, double entendres, metaphors, all that. I love it.
Yeah, when it comes to bars, I don't.
Yeah,
I can't question Logic about that. I mean,
but theme wise, I'm a little lost.
okay, so what I got from it, his meaning of dangerous is, I want to go into the homicide song, but for an example, as far as the concept, wannabe, and that's a short. It's more of an interlude to me because the song is so short. But throughout the whole song, he's saying, "I want to be famous. I want to be famous," and he's saying that throughout the whole song.
You're right.
And
Forgot about that song.
being famous is not glamorous as what they show us on TV. So I think he's showing us, I don't want to say the dark side, but more of the thoughts that goes in to your head when when you want to be this big star, and then when you get to that level,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, oh, this is what it's about when you get to this top. When you get to the top, it's not what I thought it would be. Not saying he's depressed or anything. I mean, he does have anxiety problems. He spoke about that.
Right.
I forgot which song it was. I think it was Out of Sight. But he spoke about that, and I think it's more the mindset of being a famous person. Like, again, from wannabe to clickbait, which
We'll get there.
we'll get there. We'll get to that. Being on social media, doing clout chasing, and doing certain things just to gain new fans and get more likes, and
Got it.
the stuff that I guess you have to do as a famous person. And Logic, he's not really about that.
Right.
But on this album, it's almost like he is, like his mind was getting to that place. It's either at that place or he realized he was getting to that place,
Okay.
because Logic, he's not the type of person, from what he showed us as far as through his life on Instagram, he's not the type of person that'll go out to the clubs and make appearances, and he'll do his shows and he'll go home.
Right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure now that he's single now, he's probably, fucking some hoes after after his concerts or whatever. But he said it in the album. I'm just saying. I mean, he had a beautiful wife, by the way. I'm not sure what happened with that. I mean, he keeps his private life private for sure.
I think this happened. I think this got in the way. Just his music career.
Oh, you talking about as far as why they got divorced?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, I mean, even though no, he doesn't have a lot of hit songs to his name. Like, he's a big artist. He has a huge cult following.
Yeah. And it's gotten bigger too.
Yeah, and it just continues to grow because he's boring us to death.
You say
in a good way. I'm not like Academics.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see Academics on Everyday Struggle talking about this album? He pretty much was saying that it's too many bars.
Well, Academics, he has a short attention span. So.
Exactly. And granted, to a certain extent, he likes
Little Pump. So what does that say? I mean,
to a certain extent, I understand where he's coming from, but Logic's audience they're rap heads, people that really appreciate the art of rap, and yes, he's gonna bar us to death, and that's okay, I think. But what I really love about Logic though is I feel like he always picks the right music, like sonically. I feel like from the projects that I have heard, like they always sound just amazing. Like he picks the right beats. And there's another album that we're gonna review that I feel like they kind of missed the mark with that. But
what you talking about?
But Logic definitely didn't miss the mark with this album. I think and many other ones. Why don't we talk about the song he did with Eminem?
All right.
Track 2, Homicide. How did you feel about that one?
I love the song. I mean, I'm glad this collaboration finally happened.
Yeah, me too.
When I saw it, I was like, finally. And then, you know, when he went at Shim Shady, and then that's when Eminem went into
that was an amazing transition, and the fact that Eminem actually some of his bars mirrored the viral video from Chris.
Yeah. Because when that part came on, I was like, hold on, what's this? but it fit it perfectly at the end. Like it, like I said, like you said, sonically and.
Sorry.
No. It's funny, yo.
But and Academics also was like, he bet Logic probably went back in the booth after hearing Eminem's verse or whatever, which could be the case.
He probably did.
But nothing wrong with that. No shame in that. Rappers do that all the time. You know, they get on a track with somebody who had a lot more years in the game, and they went hard on the track and like, oh, hold on, let me revise my track because I don't want you to. I don't want you to outshine me that much. But I will say, I think that Logic did a good job of keeping up with the veteran.
I agree.
I wouldn't say that Eminem out-rapped Logic in this track.
I think nobody outshined either.
I don't think so
I think
either.
they, equally.
Yeah. They both
shine together.
Well, I do think that Chris may have had the better bars, though.
Yeah, I can agree with that. that was a highlight of the song. Great imitation.
So now we reach the Charlemagne call out. No, we're not there yet. We're on track 3, which is Wannabe, which is just a interlude. I liked that interlude. I thought that it was a very good transition into clickbait.
Yeah, I feel like it's a perfect transition, and again, it goes with the concept of the album as far as
True.
Again, it goes like what you said, the dangerous mind, like, oh, I want to be famous, and and
clout chasing, basically,
which goes into clickbait, which
I'm surprised. Before we go to clickbait, I want to play this.
Webby, I need you to go in the studio and do some drops for the Breakfast Club, man. DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlemagne the God. You already know what it is. Thank you.
DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Saleh May my God. Let me read that part. God damn, girl. Y'all got some names on that now. What up? You already know who it is. It's me, Webby the Tree Fam, Young Savage, Sweet Jones Jr. Doing what I do, and I'm doing it with my girl, DJ Envy, Angela Yee. Damn. Angela Yee. Hold on. DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlotte McGay. Man, hold up. Oh, Charlemagne, DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlemagne, the God. DJ Lee, hold up. DJ Envy, Angela Lee, and Charlemagne McGain. What up? You already know who it is. It's me, Webber the Trell fam, Young Savage, Sweet Jones,
Yes.
and you rocking with DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlemagne. I don't think I'll never be able to say that right now. I mean, Charlemagne. Hold on, say it one more time. Charlemagne the God. Charlemagne the God. Who that is? The asshole. Come on, you ready? Let's do it. What up? It's me, Webber the Trell fam, Young Savage, Sweet Jones, and you kicking it with DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlemagne the God. This is the Breakfast Club, baby.
Webby. That's what I'm saying. It sounds like somebody like the voice sounds familiar with you.
Oh, I thought that would just be an amazing way to introduce this clickbait track, because that took me out the first time I heard that. I was down for the
I
count.
didn't see that. I'm surprised the Shade Room they posted.
I think they did a long time ago. Listen, that joke was funny though. Somebody made a cartoon to it too. I'm probably gonna put that in this video.
Yeah, like
that joke's funny. But anyway, let's talk about clickbait. Did you see Charlemagne's response to that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the song first. What did you think about the song?
I like the song. When I was listening to this while I was at work, and when he called out Charlemagne, I was like, hold on. let me rewind this back. Like, what was he saying? I hate to say it, but Logic is. You know what? I don't hate to say it. Logic is right. I'm on Logic's side on this one.
Okay.
Like I said, I like Charlemagne the God too, but I didn't like his response because he came at him like Logic one, like he ain't shit, and just because you're not a fan of him, I mean that doesn't mean dude's not talented, you know.
How do you feel about him always kind of harping on the fact that pretty much that Logic's more white than he's black, and he's pandering to our culture or whatever? But I'm like, but he is a part of our culture.
Saying he's half black and half white,
so he's still a part of the culture.
And I mean,
to me, anyway.
No, I mean I agree. I mean I didn't agree with.
Not that I'm really a big advocate for separation. I'm more of a Martin Luther King Jr. type guy. I like equality. I like us to be integrated as much as possible. I mean, I still celebrate, of course, my people for sure, definitely. Especially given what we've had to come through to get to where we are. I definitely celebrate
we're
us.
still going through. Okay.
True. But we're in a much better place, thankfully, because of our forefathers and foremothers, if that's a word. I've never heard that word before, but
I haven't either.
If that's not a real word, then that's indicative of a strong male society that kind of doesn't look at our mothers, our women. But anyway, that's another tangent there. But yeah, how do you feel about Charlemagne pretty much saying, that he's pandering to our culture, that he's a culture vulture, basically? Do you agree with that?
I disagree with that. I mean, like I said, Logic is half. He's biracial. Everybody knows that. I mean, Charlemagne feels like he, I guess, uses the black culture when it's
convenient for him.
Yeah, convenient for him, and I disagree with that.
I was trying to figure out what does that mean, because I haven't, except for, I've listened to a lot of Logic's music, but I haven't really followed Logic.
That's what I'm saying. I've followed him, and he's never come across as, taking advantage of, the black culture more than, Logic. I mean, hell, his whole motto is peace, love, and positivity.
Right.
I mean, he's all about bringing people together. He said that, you go to his concert, he'll preach that in like during the show. Like
It's all in his music.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's in his
It's all
music.
it's
just like,
embedded in his music.
I don't care what sexuality, black, purple, white, whatever you are. Like
Right.
let's all come together. Like hell, the 1-800 song, the Suicide song. I mean that spoke about that in his Grammy performance and the VMA performance. I mean,
Right.
I don't see. He's for everybody. I mean, and he's like I said again, he's biracial. So I don't see where Charlamagne got that from.
It's like
But everything Logic said on the song was correct. I mean, if y'all any of y'all saw the Breakfast Club interview when Logic was up there, I mean, y'all saw how he treated him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was trying to get under his skin, but Logic, he ain't about that.
Yeah. So why would he come back to that show? But I think also Charlamagne though was saying that he won't go to other shows that I guess.
Which is a lie, because he was on Big Boy, and he was on Sway in the Morning.
So what the heck is Charlamagne talking about? Because that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, has he done any other shows?
Yeah,
but has he done them recently? Or has he done shows that are put on by a white audience, or has a majority white audience
Well,
recently?
here's the thing, Logic, he already doesn't like doing interviews, so he's going to pick and choose which one he does. But from his last album, the Young Sinatra 4 album,
Mm-hmm.
he was on Big Boy. And the one before that, he was on Sway in the Morning.
Okay.
But mostly he does Heart, not live TV.
Okay.
I think they have a great relationship, so he interviews with him a lot. And he'll go more into depth with Logic.
Oh, in the what?
Depth.
Oh, okay.
I know. I caught myself.
You're having a Webby moment there.
Yeah, but as far as his personal life and more into his music and the producer he works with and everything, but yeah, he hates doing interviews.
So then.
But he has interviewed with black platforms before, Sway in the Morning and Big Boy. And he did the Breakfast Club, which was his first major interview, if I'm not mistaken. And that was like during his.
It sounds like
first album.
Charlamagne's fishing.
He
He's
is,
finding a reason to bash him.
because he knows he's right. I mean,
Yeah, when he said, I ain't that type of artist, respect my name and we can talk about it, I'd suck a dick just to prove it ain't that way.
I know that was left field right there.
Well, I think what he was doing there, he was talking about, because I think Charlamagne has said something like that before. And then
Charlamagne always be saying something.
Yeah, so I think he was talking about Charlamagne. And Charlamagne always, he's calling...
Just like those dolls in the background, which a lot of people notice.
Mm-hmm.
They switching positions on every interview.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yep. And he's like, do your research before you call somebody homophobic. I think some people misinterpreted that lyric as Charlamagne was calling Logic homophobic, but I don't think that's what Logic was saying. I think he was just speaking in general that Charlamagne can be quick to call other people homophobic.
Mm-hmm.
And then who did he say something about sucking a dick to prove something? Charlamagne said that back in the day, so that he really was playing off of that.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, well, actually, I think Charlamagne did say that Logic was potentially homophobic on air before. So that's why Logic said that.
He probably said it during the interview. Like I said, the interview was during his first album. Or it was either first or second album, but it was a while ago.
Okay. But I really wanted to talk about the verse where he talks about Lil Peep. Well, it's still in the same verse, but the bars that he talked about Lil Peep. We talk about, hey, say I should empty the whole bottle of my mouth like Peep and overdose, immortalize myself, while the media use my death to monetize their wealth. Rest in peace, Lil Peep, let that young man sleep. I like that, because I do feel like I didn't really know much about Lil Peep until he died. And I don't know if that was media's way of saying, hey, you guys need to stop doing drugs, or...
No, the media is going to keep pushing that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like that interview that Lil Pump did with J. Cole, which was a waste of everybody's time. Lil Pump still going to do what the hell he wants to do. He's young. He's slipping on lean. I mean,
but I'm thankful that J. Cole at least tried.
He's right. I mean, J. Cole's like the big brother.
Yeah, and you can't say that
it's just like, I don't want to. Yeah.
And that's all they can do. I mean, that speaks volumes about J. Cole, who sounds a lot like Logic, by the way, to me.
You think J. Cole and Logic sound alike?
Yes. Like when they rap, sometimes like they sound so much alike.
I could see that, but J. Cole is one of his favorite artists, and he was featured on the Everybody album. So
yeah, he
does look up to him though.
Okay, I can see some similarities between them. Definitely themes. They're both conscious rappers, which I appreciate. I think that's why I love both of them. Content wise, they're more in line with who I am. So
yeah,
I appreciate that about both of them. But yeah. Anyway, any other thoughts on the clickbait song, the song that between that and Homicide, probably the most
controversial song. Yeah, talked about songs on the album.
Yeah.
I'm on Logic's side with this. Everything he said was correct. And it's not just because I'm a fan, but what he said was true. So I mean, of course that bothered Charlamagne, so he had to say something. He put a response up very quick too.
Yeah, he did.
So he didn't waste no time. But
he even talked about how the Wu-Tang Clan is like one of his favorite groups, and he wouldn't even listen to the song that Logic did with him, which was an amazing song, by the way.
Charlamagne wouldn't listen to.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, and then
his response.
Logic posted a video of Wu-Tang when it was being interviewed recently.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the question was, is Logic a part of Wu-Tang now? Cause,
did Charlamagne ask that?
No. It was during a Wu-Tang interview, and it was just like, it's like he might as well be. I mean, he's like yeah, like we're cool with him. Like he's had nothing but great things to say about him.
Gotcha.
And Wu-Tang was featured on Logic's last album.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Charlamagne, one thing about Charlamagne, he doesn't, again, this goes back to, black people only siding with certain people just because of...
Siding with black people?
Meaning, like, our people, like, how we don't make up our mind about shit. And I'm switching sides all the time. Like, okay, you're not wearing, let's go wear Gucci now, because, yeah, that's what I'm going at. But, and with Logic, he's, I guess he's one of those artists where it's cool to hate him. Kind of like how they do J. Cole and Russ.
And you know that J. Cole, who else?
Russ.
Yeah.
They hate him too. They hate Big Mental, who is one of the most talented rappers out there, but doesn't get the recognition.
True.
Saint Russ too. I mean, Russ is. I mean, he you talking about somebody speaking the truth? Like he's speaking the truth. Just follow him on Instagram and you'll see. But he puts out dope music, dude. Yeah. He sing, rap, but. He has a hate train going on him too, and Logic's one of those artists where it's just like, he's him, J. Cole, and Russ. They just have that people that just don't hate him just to hate him.
It's hard to be a conscious rapper and actually rap about things that can help the culture, help people, encourage people to be better.
Exactly.
And
all three of those artists, four including Vic Mensa, they all do that.
That's sad.
I mean, if you listen to the lyrics through the majority of this album, because I had to go through it several times,
Listen, I
He's
still gotta
actually,
go through it again.
There's a lot of substance in it. Like he's
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know, I mean, like I said, even though it's my least favorite Logic album, like he one thing about Logic, you're always gonna find substance in his music.
yeah. Let's talk about the fifth song, Mama / Show Love. I thought YBN Cordae, I think he had one of the best verses in this entire album. To me.
I agree.
Like I loved his verse.
Yeah, I agree.
I had to I rewinded. I was like, hold on, I gotta listen to that again.
Yeah,
like that verse was really, really good. Man, what was something
I like how because a lot of artists don't do that. I mean, I can maybe think of a couple like Drake or B.O.B. did it too, where I guess they're mixing two songs onto one song.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like how he did that. And kind of just transitioned into that. I thought that was really dope.
Yeah, with the YBN verse, a part that I really love, but the truth is realer than the fake shit. No, they shoot the killers and produce the triggers. I love that. No, they shoot the killers and produce the triggers.
Yeah.
I go to Gorillas on some Bape shit. I like that. I really like that. This Bape is it's a very expensive clothing line in Japan, and so it's kind of a double entendre there. Like I loved it. Awesome.
I have no problems with that song. I think for me is I didn't have nothing else to say about that song.
I did want to say one other thing about that song. Taking in, raking in like a leaf from a money tree. I did not like that line from Logic.
I mean,
that line just stood out to me. I'm like, yeah, I bet he wrestled with that line. Like, oh, should I keep that or not?
he probably did. No, no. That's how he is.
I mean, but he did well in that song. But yeah, YBN Cordae. I'm gonna have to
Never
check
heard
out
of
more.
him. That was my first time.
I've never heard of him either, but I definitely want to check him out now because that was dope. Shout out to Logic for including him on this project because his verse was amazing. I loved it. Out of Sight. I felt like he was just talking that ish in that song. It was good. I like all the money we making circulating like it should. I like that line.
Yeah, that wasn't really a standout track of mine, but
Really?
like I said, I mean,
Well, no, I wouldn't say it was a good track though. It was good. I liked it.
Pardon My Ego.
That was number 7.
Yeah.
I thought 7 was cool. Nothing.
That's right. You love this album. So there's nothing really bad about it. There's really no songs that you don't like.
But here's the thing about Logic. Like, I feel like from all the projects that I've listened to, I've only listened to 3. I listened to Young Sinatra 3. I listened to Young Sinatra 4. And I've listened to this one. I can't
So
say
you can't
that.
base it off of his earlier.
Yeah, I can't really base it off his earlier projects, from those 3 projects, I can't really skip anything.
I mean, that's a good thing though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like sonically, like I feel like everything, it all sounds great and cohesive to me. I'm not saying that he's perfect because, like I said, I didn't like that line about raking a leaf from a money tree.
Yeah.
I'm like, boy, that sounds like something that I wrote in 3rd grade. So, and there's been some other lines that he said too that I'm like, I don't know about that one, but
You need to listen to the
amazing.
Bobby Tarantino projects then.
Okay.
And then
check
maybe
those out.
though, you just need to go through his whole catalog, and then maybe you'll see where.
Listen, I'm gonna have to like clear my
I
schedule.
know, I know it's gonna take.
I'm gonna have to pull
I'm
up
not saying
genius.com
do all
and clear my whole schedule because he be boring, boy. Like, I can't keep up.
It's
Which is a
lot
good
to take
thing.
in,
I'm not like academics. I think it's a good thing that I can't keep up.
Yeah,
I have to
I've
go back
stopped
and
watching
rewind.
everyday trash. I mean, everyday struggle.
I haven't really been watching Everyday Trash either, but I was just interested to seeing what they thought about the Logic album.
Okay, so did he have anything? He said, okay, so I can only say it was too many bars then.
That's
all he
pretty
said?
much all he said.
What about,
Wayno,
yeah.
he wasn't really rocking with it either.
I'm
But
surprised.
and he's a
'cause
Logic fan.
That's what I'm saying. He's a
Well, I
Logic.
mean, but you're a Logic fan. You're not really rocking
Well,
with it.
yeah, that's true.
So one, we talk about what you didn't like about this album, because clearly I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I love it. He's
Well,
barring us to death.
It's not that the songs. I guess it was giving me more of a Bobby Tarantino mixed with Under Pressure, which is his first album.
Okay.
But Under Pressure, he was in a different place because he was on, smoking a lot.
Okay.
Not weed like he's doing now, but cigarettes. But he was addicted to that. And he was in a darker place at that time. So now he's in. After take into consideration, he's older now, and I know I'm not hitting the table like what you said.
I'm laughing because I just feel like when artists are in a dark place in their life,
That's when they make the best.
that's when they make the best music. And when they're in a happier place, it's like you're happy for them, and their music's still good, but it still ain't as good as it was when they were
like
sad.
J. Blige, yeah. That's what a lot of people say. So
Kind of like Adele too.
yeah, because that 25 album, that wasn't it.
It wasn't that great. 19 and 21 though,
Yeah,
top notch.
just like
She
Annie.
got too
Yeah.
happy. Even though she still was making sad songs, she still. I hate the Hello song. I don't like
I
it.
hate it too.
I don't. I just don't.
The only reason they did well because it's she was on a long hiatus, so and
Yeah, people were ready to
She,
hear.
so we want some new
Adele.
Adele music. So
Yeah, but I mean,
I think the Rat Pack. That's what Logic calls his fans. That we're called the Rat Pack. But
I think I'm a rat.
So, you part of the Rat Pack?
I
now?
think I'm a rat. I mean,
You
I
gotta
was.
listen to the first two
Yeah,
albums.
I need to listen to at least the first two albums, but I think
And again, that's coming
maybe
from
I'm a baby
Sinatra.
rat.
Okay.
I'm a baby rat right now.
That's all right. We can initiate you in later. But again,
I'll
that's,
give impressions after I listen to more of his work.
but that's also from Frank Sinatra as well, because Frank Sinatra, his group was called
Right back.
So,
Yeah, I got it.
But he's in a different. I mean, overall, Logic's in a different place. He's happier now. I mean, I was hoping that I wanted to get more of. It's almost like his ex-wife didn't really affect. I want to see what his feelings were about that situation. Like him being, okay, you're divorced now. You got married at a young age. Like, I wanted him to get more into that. And I didn't get that off of this album.
True.
And I felt like it would have fit into this album because
Confessions of a
your
Dangerous Mind.
mindset is different now. I mean, like feeling that you want to be famous and you got more money than you have more than enough money. You're again like still balling with Wiz Khalifa, Icy with Gucci Man. I mean, he's in a happier place now, and I mean there's nothing wrong with that. But I do
You
like
sound like
how,
there's something wrong with it. You want to be in a sad place again, so you can make.
no, but that's
music
what
you
I was gonna get into. That's what I'm saying, mixed with Under Pressure, and then that we go into the songs with track number 14, Keanu Reeves. That's a great track too, by the way.
Yeah, I like that one.
But that was also a single, so I knew about that song before the album.
Yeah.
But don't. I'm not even surprised about the collaboration either, cause him and his son are cool. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the last 3 songs.
It'd have been better if he had his son on there.
He was on the last album.
Yeah, he was. I just didn't love Will Smith. I was surprised when I heard
Yeah,
his
but,
voice. And then he did
I was
that West
surprised.
Philadelphia, born and
Yeah,
raised on the
yeah.
playground is where I'm. But all that, because he doesn't curse in music, but he curses in movies.
Will Smith and his nice clean rap.
Woo! I respect women when I'm on a date. I take them to the park or maybe a museum, and I only try to kiss them if they're ready. Woohoo! What? I say what? Help out your mom and dad by getting a job so you can help pay for school supplies. Woohoo! Say ho! Wipe your shoes on the mat when you come in the house. Someone just clean that floor. Woohoo! Say what? Ha ha!
You might as well curse.
I don't know. I mean, his whole family is just
Interesting.
yeah, they're interesting.
Came in the game of my Neon Fresh, won the first rap Grammy, so I guess I'm blessed. Come off tours, walk on sets. Everybody following the trends I set. Somebody follow the trend Will Smith set? Who followed that trend?
I have no idea.
Exactly. 60 million sold, doing it different. Okay. Great. And my IG popping from doing it different. Bad vibrations, I stay distant. Rat Pack, MSFTS, doing it different. Fortnite, doing the Carlton dance. Come on, it's just different, man. You like that?
Look,
I mean,
I
I guess it's
mean,
supposed to be kind of fun.
it's a fun verse. It's not supposed to be
I guess I've never really taken Will Smith serious as a rapper. So I think maybe that's what it is. I have personal bias against him. Actor, I love Will Smith as an actor. As a person, I like him as a person. I just did not appreciate his contribution to this album. I think Ice
Yes.
Cube would have been a better person.
on that song.
Yeah. You don't think so?
No,
Why?
Ice Cube's more of a serious rapper. I mean,
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I feel like he could have. He's still a rapper.
maybe on a different song, but not that song.
I think it's still. I think in an effort to still pay homage to that era, I guess the song does sound more Will Smith, but I don't know. I think it would have been different to hear Ice Cube's verse on, hear his voice on here, and see what he could do with this song. You don't agree?
I mean, I would rather get LL Cool J.
I side with that. Maybe LL Cool J over
Not
Will
Ice
Smith.
Cube though.
I still think I think Ice Cube would have been a surprise, but I think it would have been a pleasant surprise to hear Ice Cube rap on this. But I'll agree with that. LL Cool J, but not Will Smith. Somebody to pay homage to that era, but I would have liked to
Like,
hear
let's not act
somebody
like Will
else.
Smith then.
I mean, I know that, but I just West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I believe all that. Came in the game on my Neon Fresh, won the first rap Grammy, so I guess I'm blessed. I don't know how he rapped on that. I can't remember because I wanted to quickly forget this. And Fortnite doing the Carlton dance, just. And then, Logic comes in and, he sticks with the right flow, but actually raps well. And
So Will Smith didn't rap well.
not to me. Not to me.
We got to agree to disagree on that. I mean,
I don't even think Will Smith wrote all of that.
who do you think wrote it in? Not Logic.
Probably Six, Jeffrey, Omar, Manuel, somebody, or
Six
Thomas,
Jeffries, that producer.
or Thomas D. Quincy. Maybe one of them helped write that. I don't know. Maybe Will Smith wrote it.
Will Smith writes his raps now.
You're right. That's why it's whack.
Well, I actually found that to be one of the highlights of the album.
The song was a highlight. That verse was not a highlight.
So, I mean, so Will Smith was left off that the song altogether, you would have been fine with it.
I think he needed a feature, but I would have preferred a different feature.
You're just not a fan of Will Smith as a rapper. Then.
I'm not a fan of Will Smith as a rapper. I told you, maybe it's some personal bias, but I'm not a fan of him as a rapper. I can't take him seriously. It sounds like something off of a
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, he sounds like a Nickelodeon rapper to me. Wow, even I'm thinking about the Wild Wild West song and
his songs.
Now I love Summertime, but I love it because of the hook. I mean, I do like the like his flow. Like I like the way the way he rapped in that song. So, I mean, that's a classic. I mean, you can't deny that. Yes, Will Smith has been, he's been essential to music, I guess, and to rap. And he was the first Grammy winner, first rapper to win a Grammy, which is kind of sad. Should have been somebody else. But, I mean, kudos to him for being the pioneer.
This was before Naughty by Nature and Tupac.
Yeah. He was the first.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was surprised when I found that out. But then it makes sense. I mean, we weren't respected yet. Rap wasn't definitely not respected at all.
I mean,
I mean, of course, the cleanest rapper.
He appealed to the mass.
Yeah, of course he was going to be the one to win the first Grammy. So I don't even know if he should tout that accolade so much. Because it was kind of like, it was a given the times that he was going to win that. So.
Well, I mean.
But shout out to you, being a great actor.
Very great actor. But the last 3 songs on the album were reminded me of the old Logic. Okay. It's just, as far as the feel and the vibe of it.
Yeah.
I think that's what stood out to me the most. So that's why I said it's a mixture of Bobby Tarantino and the Under Pressure. But
song with G-Eazy.
I did like that song. Yeah.
G-Eazy.
Commando.
He definitely.
They fit.
Showed that he can rap.
In
that song.
I've got to give G-Eazy a chance. I mean.
I'm not saying that he's never showed that he can rap, but
yeah,
I just like that song.
He has talent.
Yeah, and that song definitely showed it, and I think that song also, I think G-Eazy gave us a little peek that he's about to be more about his art and his craft. Yeah, based on some of the bars he said in there.
He got a new team and everything. Like he's about to. I'm surprised he ain't put out. I mean, maybe I just have missed it. Or have missed it, but I haven't seen any new music from him yet. But
yeah,
I think he's gonna come back with something. Cause so far his only hit is Me, Myself, and I with BB Rexha.
Oh, and No Limit.
I'm sorry, No Limit. Yeah.
No Limit was a bigger.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
That was a much bigger record. Yeah. And I love that record, and I love the remix. I love his verse on the remix. But I like this line. He says, "Yeah, I fell in love with music, but I know this shit's a business now. Back to basics, like it's LASIX. Got the vision now." I think that's kind of some foreshadowing to him really getting back to like really rapping. But I don't feel like he really. I mean, I'm sure No Limit wasn't his best work, and the other songs sure wasn't his best work, but they weren't trash. I mean, he sounded good in those records.
Those were club records.
They were, but he sounded good, and his verses were decent. But yeah, I think we're going to see some better content from him. Well, I don't know about necessarily content, but better bars, I guess, from him. So how would you rate this album 1 to 10? I'm gonna need you to think
That's the thing. I'm going to say a 6.2 out of 10.
Golly, I gotta listen to these other Logic albums because I give it like a 9.
Yeah, you definitely got
So
that's
and you like
that's too high of a score for this.
and you like Young Sinatra 4 better than this.
Yeah, I rate that a 8.
I like Young Sinatra 4 better than this too.
Cause
By a little
that was the boom back.
But just I guess I'm just thinking like sonically, it was great production. Like I said, I feel like Logic always like picks the right beat and the right sounds for his music. I love the bars, the way he switches up his cadence, the vibe, the messages in this album, just like his other albums. So yeah, I think it just continues to push forth a great artist.
He's
That's why I
definitely
give
a
it a
great
9.
artist, but this is one of his weaker projects.
I gotta listen
Despite
to
the substance still being there, compared to his other projects, is his weakest one.
Okay.
And I'm not including the mixtapes because the Bob Tarantino projects, those are technically mixtapes and not albums.
I did listen to some of Bobby Tarantino too.
Yeah.
I did listen to some of that. No, it was good. I'll finish.
Those
it.
are good, but I'm not, because those are
Not
not
considering them in this
studio albums, so I'm not including that. But
Okay.
as far as studio albums, this is my least favorite.
Okay, well there you have it. A Logic fan that's followed him throughout his career versus someone who's new to him. So I guess, this project could be great for people who have never listened to Logic before.
Yeah.
Or who haven't listened to a lot of his music. I think you guys will appreciate him. I mean, do you think like his hardcore fans like yourself will still at least appreciate this project? Are you gonna go back and listen to it again?
I've already listened to it.
Listen to that. Don't be afraid to be different. To hear Will Smith's fire bars.
I was actually listening to it on the car on the way here, actually. So, not that song, but the whole album in general.
And I know I talked a lot about the theme and the concept before. I love the title. I love the album cover. But, I mean, to your point, like you said before, I think he could have dug a little bit more into,
Yeah, I mean,
the divorce thing or some more personal stuff outside of everybody's talking about me and I'm biracial and people hate me,
exactly.
but it doesn't matter because I can rap very well and my bars are fire. That's pretty much what he was saying. He's just talking that ish and he talked that ish very well.
Yeah, but he's talked the ish before. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, and I will say that is one thought I did have about this album. Even though I'm not privy to all of his music, I did say this sounds very. This is deja vu. You almost got a Nicki effect going on here.
Yeah.
But it's actually good though. This is actually good. Unlike Queen.
Yeah, it's almost as if he's going off of what some of his other fans have said. They said he needs to take a break off of this after this album and take time.
Maybe that'll help.
And I agree with them on this.
Yeah.
Take time and make sure you put your best work out on this next album. I will not be surprised if he drops another album before the end of the year.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like Logic, even though he's one of the best rappers out there, I feel like he's still trying to prove himself to everybody else.
Yeah. He's just like J. Cole.
I don't think J. Cole needs to prove him. I mean,
I don't think he needs to.
He's already up there, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he got the hate train is strong. We talked about that earlier, and I do feel like J. Cole still sometimes tries to like prove himself when he doesn't need to, because he's amazing.
Yeah.
Like even on the KOD album, I feel like he has something to prove there, and I'm like, you don't. You're great.
That was a good album. It
was a good album.
It wasn't his best album, but it was
Black,
a good album.
Not Black. Forest Hills Drive is
Yeah,
to me it's his favorite. It's his
my
best.
favorite, That and Born
project.
Center.
Yeah. Yeah, Born Center is a classic.
But
yeah.
And he said that too. Like I think that's why he keeps releasing all these projects. And that and our generation has a short attention span, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Not our generation, though.
well, yeah, well,
The younger
yeah,
cats.
the younger cats, because which pisses me off, because I was just on his Instagram. I think it was sometime last year, and this was maybe a month or two after the Young Sinatra project just came out.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys said, "Yeah, we want new music." I'm like, dude, he just released the album 3 months ago. And y'all already want more music?
I think it's also just because so much music is released. So, I mean, KOD honestly feels like 20 years ago. Maybe not 20. 19. And I mean, I still love that album, and I was listening to it a few weeks ago, but I think music, it's so much music that comes out now. I think 3 months can seem like a long time.
I guess nowadays it's like 5 years if you don't release an album within the same year. Because I think Lil Baby did that last year. He put out like 3 projects. I'm like, well, damn.
I feel like artists.
I mean,
artists at his
unfortunately,
stage,
now you have to do
he
that
has to do
nowadays.
that. I don't think J. Cole necessarily has to do that. I don't think Logic necessarily has to
Kendrick
do
doesn't
that.
have to do that either.
Who?
Kendrick.
No. Kendrick he's fine. Everybody loves him.
But J. Cole, J. Cole is consistent, and he spoke about that in his interview with Angie Martinez. Very good interview. He said he has a lot of music he wants to put out.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't want to wait too long, though. It's almost like he wants to hold on to it, but he doesn't want to hold on to it for too long. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
But for the most part, I think he's been consistent with the projects he's released.
Yeah.
He's at least put a project out every 2 years.
Yeah, I think this...
Which to me is not too long of a break for people to forget about you.
Yeah. I think his next project, I think that he'll just rap and not so much try to
Cole
prove
or
himself.
Logic?
Cole.
Okay.
I think Logic's still gonna try to prove himself.
And Logic
That's just what it seems like. I just got that vibe that he's still gonna...
just from this album alone, but
Yeah.
I want to see him work on his other projects that he spoke about. Like he put out a book this year, so several months ago, released a soundtrack along with it.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so the book was a New York bestseller.
Nice.
So it's doing
Shout out
very
to him.
well.
I need to get a sound drop for applause. Anyway, go ahead.
I was gonna talk to you about that. but yeah, and then he's supposedly coming out with another album, and I won't be surprised if it's dropped this year. But I would rather him wait because he's supposed to be working on a movie with J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
So
I didn't hear about that.
I would rather him. I want to see him focus on his other projects, and I don't want to say put rap to the side, but at least take a year off.
Mm-hmm. I think that might be good.
But he's about to do the tour, so I'm thinking after the tour is done, he should focus on that.
Yeah. Cool.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah. Even though I think his music still will have quality.
Oh yeah. He's. I'm not saying his
maybe
music
not
is trash, but
yeah, maybe just not. We just want something a little bit more versatile, I guess.
yeah.
And kind of not talking about the same thing over and over and over again, like he has been.
That's
what it seems like.
I think Joe Budden, he spoke about it, but not about Logic's album, but Lil Wayne's latest album, like how he don't think it was, I guess, personal enough, like going deep inside, Wayne's life and the stuff that we want to hear that we haven't heard from him yet.
I didn't love that album.
But you have to remember the album was made how many years ago? Like 4.
More than that.
Birdman was holding on to it.
I agree. And
it was outdated. So
I 100% agree, and that's how I felt. Like I was like, I don't really love this album. It's good, but I probably won't listen to this again. And I said, if this came out when it was supposed to come out, then this would have been a much bigger album. Granted, you may not have had X on it singing, which I love that track. When it started singing, I was like, yeah, I really like that. I don't know if Nivea was on the older version or not. Maybe.
Yeah, she probably
Maybe. I didn't really care about her being on this album. I don't think she did much for the album.
I mean, I'm just glad
not the Nivea.
I was struggling.
Yeah, I saw her story,
and I'm not trying to be funny either.
Yeah, it really was sad. But I'm just strictly talking about the music here. She didn't really do anything for that track and for this album. It would have been fine without her.
An average artist to me anyway, so.
Yeah, she kind of is.
She's not really nothing. She's like, I put her and Tierra Marie in the same boat. Nothing special about them. Just two hood chicks that can sing.
A little bit.
You said a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tierra Marie, I know she ain't, well, none of them are strong vocals. Yeah. So
we should name this the Shady Podcast. God, we should name this the Shady Podcast. This has been another episode of the JVT Podcast.
We appreciate you rocking with us despite, the shade that we're throwing, but we're gonna be honest here. That's what you're gonna get.
Yes, that's what you're gonna get is honesty. We're still new to this, but so far it's been a lot of fun, and we're gonna continue. Again, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at JVT Podcast. Subscribe, or I don't know, what do you do with the podcast? You subscribe them?
You subscribe.
Okay, you subscribe to them. Okay.
You subscribe and you listen when you get the notification.
Yes. Listen, and you better pronounce every single syllable of notification.
So we can get paid. Tell your friends, tell your mom, cousins, uncles.
Just play it for your dog. When you go to work, just put it on repeat and play it for your dog. Help us help you, help us help you. Because we're going to introduce you to some great indie music. We're going to have some artist interviews, some songwriter interviews. We're going to give you some insight to the music industry, some hot takes. So definitely stay tuned. Thank you.
Talk to y'all next time.